Okay, hello everybody. It's Monday, which means that we are doing our week in review and week ahead at Conservation Voters New Mexico. We are joined today, or I am joined today by our two legislative advocates that we have on staff here. You all know Old Hand, our public lands and wildlife advocate, Greg Peters. And I'm excited to introduce our brand new climate and energy advocate, Ms. Samantha Cow. Sammy's watching everything climate and energy related, which feels like it's about 75 to 80% of the bills in the roundhouse. It's probably actually realistically lower than that, but it sure feels like that right now. Well, Greg, can you give us a quick snapshot of kind of what we did last week and what we got coming out this week?
Yeah, definitely. Quick snapshot, a few bills that we had mentioned on our last video that we've been making progress on. First one is Senate Bill 32, the Wildlife Conservation and Public Safety Act, also known as Roxy's Law, the Trapping Act, which was sponsored by Roberto Gonzalez and Brenda McKenna. This bill was heard on Tuesday in the Senate Conservation Committee, where it ultimately received a 7-2 do pass vote, and it now moves on to Senate Judiciary. And just as a quick reminder, who may not be familiar or are a little lost in the haze of the session, SB32 prohibits the use of traps, snares, and wildlife poisons on public lands or for purposes other than sanctioned research, state agency or department activities, the administering of veterinary care, and the preventing damage to crops, livestock, or property. Trapping on public lands is indiscriminate, and it's an ineffective tool for wildlife management, killing thousands of unintended animals instead of its targeted predators. And its primary motive is really private profit, a public trust resource. So we believe that by ending trapping on our public lands, we're going to make them more safer for New Mexican residents and New Mexico wildlife, and creating a more equitable access to nature while benefiting our local outdoor economy. So let's go ahead and get this done across the finish line. Also, we had HB51 up actually this morning. This is the Environmental Database Act, passed out of the House State Government Committee. Shout out to the bill sponsors, Representatives Lewis and Chasey, and committee members Johnson, Chasey, Eli, and Ortez for their votes of support. This is a common sense bill that addresses the simple need for establishing a comprehensive, easily accessible, centralized repository that everyone can access across the state. It combines all 7 state agencies' environmental data and will lead to more and smarter multi-jurisdictional land use planning by state agencies, help industries that navigate state permitting processes, and provide more transparency to the public, granting more equitable access to this data across the state. So this bill, now passing its second committee, is onto the floor. So stay tuned to our social feeds for bill updates and opportunities to connect with your legislators to make your voices heard. Looking ahead to next week, we've got a number of bills up, but one that I'm really excited about is going to be SB312. Dropped this week. It's one of the more duller names out there, the Game and Fish and Wildlife Changes Act. But really, there's a lot to be excited about in it. So basically, it's a big bill, but really it's got a real simple, straightforward approach. It's got 4 components. It's reforming the Jennings Law, also known as the Shoot Now, Call Later Law. It amends the wanton waste statute to also include javelina, cougars, and bears. It adjusts tag allocations by removing tag set-asides for outfitters that are paid by out-of-state, often wealthy hunters to come and hunt one of our greatest natural resources. It provides more opportunities for more local hunters to connect with their wildlife, which, as I mentioned, is a public trust resource, and fill their freezers in this time of economic uncertainty, especially in rural parts of the state. And finally, it updates the department name to the Department of Wildlife Conservation, recognizing that you need to do more than manage game-specific species, that you have to take a more holistic approach to managing this resource across the state. So it's really a historic opportunity to honor New Mexico's wildlife heritage, provides targeted changes that bring all different user groups together, and positions us to take advantage of post-COVID economic opportunities around hunting, fishing, and non-hunting uses for wildlife. So we're going to find out exactly when that drops, but definitely stay tuned to find out more details. And back to you.
Thank you, Greg. Guys, that's our update for this week. We're going to have an awesome week. Please remember to check us out on social media. We're facebook.com/conservationvotersNM. You can find us on Twitter @ProtectNM. We'll keep you posted on everything that's going forward. We are your CVNM advocacy and policy team. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for support. Have a great week.